French developer Dontnod has built quite a reputation for themselves. After the underwhelming but promising Remember Me, 2015's Life is Strange was a critical and commercial smash, even making its way into COG's top 3 that year. Vampyr is a departure from that winning formula, taking some big risks and going straight for the jugular. Successful more often than not, here are 3 of the best and worst things about the world of Vampyr. Living in London in 1918 was a tricky business. The Great War was still raging, and the Spanish flu was decimating the population. Vampyr takes that already dire situation and says, hey, what if there were, vampires on the loose? Dontnod's interpretation of London is ultra spooky, with streets that feel empty, but also covered with prying eyes and competing interests. Vampyr isn't a huge open world like you'd see in The Witcher or Horizon Zero Dawn, but it ultimately feels super satisfying to poke your nose where it shouldn't be and discover the desperate inhabitants of London. And how about that fog? It's a lot of fun to lurk in the shadows and plot Dr. Reed's next good, or evil, deed. Dr. Reed's struggle to fulfill his calling as a doctor while managing his lust for blood is one of Vampyr's central conflicts. Who deserves to die? Who can be saved? How badly do you need to taste blood? The choice is truly up to you. Most interestingly, Vampyr can be completed more or less as a pacifist, taking very few lives. But drinking the blood of the innocent is the fastest way to grow Jonathan's vampiric abilities, so playing Mr. Nice Guy literally makes the game harder. Will you crack under the pressure and take a whole bunch of lives? Maybe. Be warned though, the more lives you take from a district, the further it plunges into complete chaos. It's not something they've been known for before, so you might think Vampyr's combat could be a real pain in the neck. Fortunately, Dontnod have done their homework and cooked up a system that's all at once deliberate, frantic, and diverse. Dr. Reed's vampire powers are a hell of a lot of fun to use, and there's a special pride in stunning a tough enemy and then sinking your fangs into their flesh. Though it's possible to be immersed in Vampyr for long stretches of time, the seams do often show through. London is quite compact, so a lot of story beats are hidden in plain sight behind mysteriously locked doors that open at the appropriate moment. It's far from a deal breaker, but it's hard not to be pulled out of the experience when you can see a character you haven't met using your vampire senses, only to be met with,
"It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right."
Players are further reminded that this is a game when Londoners ask for help. Fetch me this, help me find that. It's repetitive, and it takes away from the more sparkling aspects of Vampyr's world. While the writing is competent and interesting, Vampyr makes you spend an awful lot of time staring at NPC faces that are devoid of anything resembling life. The voice actors do a nice job with the dialogue, but their stone-cold eyes work against what's largely a compelling story. The camera angle is almost always fixed, making some of the more dramatic moments seem mundane. Would it have been a lot of work to animate all the faces? You bet. Would it have improved the game overall? Probably. There you have it. 3 really great things about Vampyr, and 3 seriously picky nitpicks that you should know about before diving in. Will you be taking a bite out of 1918 London? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button for more content just like this.